Hello brother, hope you are doing good. So I just thought of creating a video on your scenario because it was difficult to explain that in words actually. So first of all, you need to go to the scripted REST APIs. I'm not sure how much experience do you have in ServiceNow, but I'll explain accordingly. Okay, so first of all, you need to type scripted REST APIs and then just click on scripted REST APIs and you have to create a new scripted REST API. I have already created this one, so I will show this one to you. So I just named it as create business rule. The API ID will automatically populate it, and once that's done, I don't think we need anything else. This is just a response type, and this is the security. You can learn about the default ACLs for the scripted APIs, but yeah, so once you will hit save, you will be able to see the related list over here as resource, request header, and query parameters. So I just added some of the query parameters. So if we look at the business rule, if I open a new business rule, so when to run, table name, then name of the business rule, then filter condition, advance, and action. So these are the 6 parameters I created, and I'll show you what I have done with the script section of the business rule. So this is the name, so this is the backend of name, this is the backend of name of table as collection, and this is advance. We need to check advance, and then before or after we need to decide that we can pass that inside this parameter when to run, so we can pass it as after or before or whatever. And then we need to check we need to pass one of the values in here, like action insert. It will check the insert. If you pass action underscore update in the action parameter, it will accordingly check this update or insert. So the main thing comes with the filter condition. So once you are applying the filter condition, you need to make sure that the table is selected. So let's select the change request table, and let's name it as test. I'm not saving it, but I'm just showing you, and I'll keep it as active, and I can put as many conditions as I want. So for the example, I just placed these 2 conditions. So now you need to get the backend of this. So we need to get the actual value of this. So we need to get the actual backend value of filter condition. So we know the name of the backend name of this filter variable. This is filter condition, and now we need to get the current value. So we can get the current value by Control Shift Alt J. So once you have this in here, you can type the so once you have this JavaScript executor dialog opened, so you will type alert, and you have to get the value of this underscore form dot get value of this field. We know the name of the field. I just showed you a few seconds earlier, which is filter underscore condition. Just run it and you have this condition as here. Okay, so I will just copy it, and let's keep this one as it is for now, and let's get back to our scripted REST API. So once you have this all parameters set up, you need to create a new resource. You have to click on new. So I have already created create Br resource as post method, so I can show you. So in here I just named it, and once you name that, you have to copy that name and paste it in the relative path. you have to set the post method, HTTP post method, and just hit save on the top. Once you hit save, you will be able to see the query parameters association. So right now, once you will on the newly created record, you will not see any parameters. You have to associate the parameters with this resource. As we have created the query parameters over here, we just need to associate those parameters in here. One by one, you will click on new and you will associate all the parameters one by one, like like I did, and you see all these parameters. You can see all these parameters over here, and same like that. Once you will add all the parameters one by one, and that's it, you are done with the parameters. So now let's come back to the script section of the scripted REST API. So as you can see all these 6 parameters. So once we'll make a request to ServiceNow from outside of the ServiceNow, this will hit this resource, and then it will start executing this code. So once you will provide these parameters like name, when to run, table name, action, filter condition, advance from outside the ServiceNow, we will get that data in here. So you need to code something like this: request.queryParams.name. So name is going to be the same. This is the same as this query parameter over here. When to run is also going to be the same as mentioned over here. So all these parameters should have to be matched in here. So we are getting the value from outside the service. Now we are saving them in these variables, and then we need to check. This is just a syntax to check if that value is not null. If it's null, then we will ask the user to provide all the parameters. So we'll send the response back to the user like some parameters are missing. So we are just making sure like all the parameters are coming in. So once we have all the parameters, we'll start building the business rule the same way I showed you in the community question. So this is a syscrypt table of the business rule. Initialize, we'll set the name to name, we'll set the collection to collection is the backend name of the table. So if you see over here, so if I right click over here, this is the collection. So you need to set the collection. Yeah. So and advance as true, so that we can write a script for the business rule. When to run is going to be the when to run. When to run means whether it's before, after, async or display. And after that, so here comes a tricky part. So this is the action. Inside the action, you need to provide one of these values: action update, action insert, action delete, action query. So we will just check it over here. Like if the action is action update, we'll set the action update to true on the business rule side over here. If you are providing action insert, then I'm just setting the insert as true. Just building up the business rule conditions. So once that is set up, we'll look towards the filter condition over here. So you need to provide that filter condition same that you just copied from here. Let me show you how I did that again. Control Shift Alt J, and you will see this JavaScript executed. And here you can say alert, then g_form.getValue and the name of the field, and it will show us the actual value of that field. So active is true, you can see active is true, and then we have add condition and 1 to 3 text query 3 to 1. So this means the keyword contains WER, and this is actually the syntax of filter condition. So you will copy this syntax and just keep that values in a clipboard for now. Okay, so we'll set the filter condition over here. Then so here comes the little tricky part. So I'm just extracting the, so let's actually make the request to ServiceNow, and then you will get a better idea. So I just pasted the endpoint name. So let me show you the endpoint name. What is the actual endpoint name for this? Where is that? Yes. Okay, so ServiceNow, you need to have the initials as the instance link, instance URL, and then you have to, sorry for that. Okay, so you will add up the link, your instance name, instance URL, then you will add up the scripted REST API base API path, and then you will add the resource path, and that will make up this whole URL that I just selected one. Rest of them are the parameters. So rest of them are the parameters. Once you will go to, this is a postman, once you will go and add these all parameters in here, you will be able to see the URL will be updated accordingly. So if I just uncheck all of them, there you will see this is the actual URL for our resource, and this resource requires these are parameters 1 2 3 4 5 6 parameters. I just provided the dummy values. So testing business rule, and after, when to run after, table name is this, and action insert. So you need to make sure, like, if the table is change request, the filter condition is according to that table. So if you are selecting a table as incident and you are providing the filter conditions from another table, so it will not work, if that makes sense to you. Advance as true. So now the one thing is left, which is the main script that you were saying. Okay, so you will go to the body, and then there you can see I just provided this. So as you can see, I just selected the response type as JSON, and in here I just provided this JSON data with variable name as script, and inside inverted commas I just provided the whole script that you were talking about over here. So you will have to type it from very first line to the fifth line, and you just paste it in here. That's it. So now I will make request, and how I am actually parsing it onto the scripted REST API side is that request.body.data. So this will give me this whole data, and then I'm just dot walking to that script. As you can see, dot walking to the script. So once you have that data in this variable, you can set that script to the business rule script, which will go in here in just a few seconds. Once we'll make a request, it will make sense to you. Okay, so that's it. We'll insert it and we'll send the response back to the user that Br.name created successfully. So let's make the request, and let's keep the name as unique one, so that we should know it is what we just make the request to ServiceNow. Let's name it as my name, Hamad, and let's send the request. And remember, this is the name of the business rule has created, and remember that we provided the script as this script, right? So let's get back to the business rules list view to see if the business rule is there. Yes, it is there, and you can see updated just now. So let me open this one and verify if all the conditions are valid according to the parameters that we provided. So let's verify one by one. Name is Hamad, table is change request, advance is checked, filter condition, we need to check the filter condition. Yes, urgency changes, active is true. So yeah, urgency changes, active is true. And insert is checked as we provided insert, and when to run is the after, so that's perfect. In advance you can see the script as well. So this is pretty much it. You can just so this will actually work, and it will I think this is what you were looking for. So this is I'll provide the script as well, this scripted REST API script to you in the description of this video, so that you can get the scripted REST API running. Thank you so much.